Klick, I had a question about the provision that adds what seems to be an additional amount of power to Attorney General Ken Paxton. And that is under Section 3B, subsection 3, that the Attorney General and the county or district attorney for an investigation of whether the person committed an offense under Section 13.007 Election Code or other law. I'm worried about the breadth of that term, other law. Is there a limiting definition to other law?
We have not changed the other process that is involved in list maintenance. All we've done is added the Attorney General to the list of those notified so that they can compare the list quarterly.
I know, but my concern is, and my understanding of the process is the Attorney General can't just waltz into a county and begin a prosecution. That Attorney General generally asks for permission from the local county attorney
Correct.
or district attorney.
Correct.
Or the local district attorney or county attorney will ask the Attorney General for assistance.
Correct.
It seems that this provision is adding blanket authority to the Attorney General to potentially investigate this grouping of individuals, not for just election code violations, but other law. And my concern is other law could be a Class C, Class B, Class A misdemeanor, could be any felony range.
Ms. Johnson, the list that we're talking about already goes to the county or district attorney. They are on the distribution list already.
I know, I understand that, and that would be appropriate because the local county attorney or district attorney is elected by the citizens of that individual county to make the determination of prosecutorial discretion. My concern is this would seem to give the Attorney General the authority to prosecute any individual for any offense in any county based on this statutory change.
It allows them to compare the list.
No, it doesn't. It says that they can engage in investigation for
Correct.
any crime.
Correct.
Well, I've pulled up the Attorney General's website just now to see if I was correct in his job. The Attorney General's job is to enforce child support orders, protect against consumer fraud, enforce open government laws, and provide legal advice to the state officials. And unfortunately, in this climate, Attorney General Ken Paxton has even been criticized by U.S. Senator Republican Ben Sasse for the manner in which he has used our office for political purposes. And it scares the dickens out of me to think that this provision that we're about to vote on would give Ken Paxton the authority to waltz into any county and investigate any citizen off of this list for, quote, other law. That opens up the entire, it gives him an incredible amount of power that the Attorney General, in my view, should never have, much less this Attorney General. And I wondered if that was the intent of this law.
The intent is to remove those that have self-identified as not a resident of the county or a non-citizen, and to verify that that is removed and they have not been voting in elections, that they're not eligible to vote in.
And if that is appropriately handled by the reference to 13.007 Election Code, then what's the need for or other law?
You know, currently, under state law, these lists can be available under an open records request, but they are not allowed to compare it to see if these individuals who are not citizens and non-residents actually voted in a recent election.
I don't disagree with you on what you're
That's
saying
what we're
around
trying
the
to
intent
fix.
of the election integrity. My concern is that under subsection 3B3, it seems to expand the Attorney General's legal and prosecutorial authority into every county, into anyone on this list for, quote, other law, or other law, not and other law, not tied to the election code violation and another law. It's either the election code violation or other law. And that would seem to give the Attorney General authority to take anybody off of this list and attempt to prosecute them for any potential offense. And that seems to be an extremely broad authority that is never given to an Attorney General, much less one that has been criticized by Republicans for being overly partisan with his use of our office.
I would encourage you, Representative Johnson, to go to Section C, right under the section you cited, where it says the list compiled under this section may not be used for purposes other than a purpose described by subsection B or section 15.081.
Members, please give Ms. Klick and Ms. Johnson your attention.
So if that is the case, that may be that subsection B and subsection C are giving us different intents. Because if the intent is just for the election code, could this be amended to say that it's another law in connection with the election code violation and make it an and as opposed to an or?
I believe that the drafting is pretty clear as to what this means, and all we're doing is adding the AG to the list of folks that already get this notification and going through the normal voter list protocol, list maintenance.
Thank you for answering the questions.